Holdings Limited, which operates tobacco markets in Malawi. She says new strategies are being put in place to ensure that farmers participate in the bidding process and benefit more from the crop. While COVID-19 has negatively impacted on tobacco sales, she is optimistic the price will be better for farmers.
We are thinking of doing more like an electronic bidding, same process but electronically, where now the buyers will be bidding secretly, but it will be displayed on a screen here in the floors, such that the farmers or all stakeholders are able to witness what each buyer has bid on a particular bale. And we think that in the long run, that will also be beneficial for the farmer.
Hello, you're welcome to the Citi Newsroom. My name is Vivian Lokko.
And mine is Umaru. Sanda, Amadu. Coming up.
Nigerian traders in Ghana protest against ongoing retail trade laws enforcement here in Ghana.
And because they have chopped at this point, COVID-19, all national borders are closed, so they can't even escape from Ghana. So you have sentenced them to die here of hunger.
Mounting tension in the GPRTU with members threatening to oust the executives of the union.
GPRT is not his father's property and it's not his personal property. He should not come and hijack GPRTU. So his mandate is over. If he refuses, then we, all the branches, we will not pay our dues to the region.
Later, we'll take you on a tour with the candidates of the two biggest parties, the MPP and the NDC, and tell you what they've been up to.
Effective 2021, small businesses will be exempted completely from corporate income tax. And that means all our small corner businesses, shops and others will be exempted from paying corporate income tax. Corporate income tax for medium-sized companies will be reduced from the current 25% to 15%.
And still on politics, we bring you a special report on the longest-serving member of parliament in Ghana, Alban Bagbin. What does the legislature stand to lose as he says goodbye after 27 years?
I want to see on TV some evidence of death. It's not from me. I'm giving you a feedback. And as leaders and government, what we do here is to give you a feedback.
Let's bring you details of our stories. And the all-Nigerian community in Ghana is appealing to the governments of both Ghana and Nigeria to expedite negotiations for a quick resolution to the trade impasse in Ghana.
This comes after the group thronged the premises of the Nigerian High Commission in Accra to petition the commissioner to immediately address the situation. There's more in the following report by Citi News' Ni Aikwe Okai.
Members of the group were clad in black and massed up at the premises of the Nigerian High Commission in Accra in protest over the closure of their shops They wielded placards bearing inscriptions that expressed their displeasure at the action of the Presidential Committee on Retail Trade under the Ministry of Trade and Industry. On Monday, the committee locked up shops of foreigners, mostly Nigerians, at Circle in Accra over their failure to acquire the requisite documents for engaging in retail in Ghana. This was after the committee had served several notices to the traders at Circle. The group, in registering their displeasure against the act, petitioned the Nigerian High Commission to find a remedy to the ongoing crisis.
More worrisome to the generality of Nigerian communities in Ghana today is the socio-economic and perhaps diplomatic ramifications this unfortunate development will further precipitate on citizens. Considering the fact that most of them have fully established themselves in Ghana with their families, with some of them married to Ghanaian nationals. Considering the negative fallout this exercise may portend vis-a-vis the potential strain of relationship between Ghana and Nigeria, the Nigerian community in Ghana is by this briefing calling on both governments to, as a matter of urgency, as a matter of immediate importance, expedite dialogue around this issue with a view to arresting the unfortunate phenomenon and to nip deterioration of relationship or escalation of the issue in the bud. We, on behalf of the Nigerian citizens in Ghana, issued this desperate appeal to the Federal Republic of Nigeria to give urgent consideration to this burning issue, with the hope that the government prompt intervention will bring succor and ameliorate the plight of our citizens here in Ghana.
The Nigerian Union of Traders Association of Ghana, NUTAG, also lamented the severe challenges the closure of their shops had brought on them.
Our petition was to our government to, hurry up and do something urgently, because, the traders that their shops are locked, some of them may be managing some underlying sicknesses. They need drugs every day to manage their life. Their children need food. And you close your shop at this point, COVID-19, all national borders are closed, as the Secretary General of ANC enumerated in that address. All borders are closed. They can't even escape from Ghana. So you have sentenced them to die here of hunger.
Meanwhile, a representative from the Nigerian High Commissioner's office received the petition and assured the group of the government's commitment to finding a lasting solution to the trade crisis in Ghana.
I'm taking your letter presented to the High Commission on behalf of the Nigerian government.
Thank you.
And I can assure you that it will be delivered.
Thank you.
I will appeal to you to continue to conduct yourself peacefully.
Thank you.
As we seek a very sustainable conclusion and resolution to this crisis.
Thank you.
Rest your mind, rest assured rather, that it will be taken up, and our government is concerned about the challenges you are faced with. And it is our prayers that it will resolve in a very fruitful manner.
Let's move on to some other stories. And regional chairman of the Ghana Private Road Transport Union of the Trades Union Congress are asking for national leadership headed by Kwame Nkrumah to step aside and cease holding themselves as such. The group is accusing the national chairman Kwame Nkrumah and his executives of overstaying their tenure. Now, the angry members say they will form an interim management committee to take over the management of the union if the current leadership fails to heed to their call. We have more in this report.
Angry members of the union from across the 16 regions of the country at a press briefing accused the current leadership of maladministration and breach of the union's constitution, thus the need to vacate their positions. They explained that even though the 4-year tenure of the current leadership has expired, they continue to be in office in clear violation of the union's constitution. They also accused the executives of some financial malfeasance, which they say is making it difficult for the union to thrive. Some of the angry union members spoke to Citi News.
Our current national chairman has been in office for the past 5 years,
I remember we went for a delegate congress at WA. That was 2015 September. And we were expecting that last year September, we have to go to a congress. And as at now, we are still here. We normally fix date and it will be postponed. Last year, we were supposed to go to Boliga. Some of us, we paid for air tickets, we booked flights, we paid for hotels, and, as I'm talking now, those monies, were not able to be refunded.
The reason why we are attaching the MPP party to this case, because this is the words of the chairman. He should give us, the media should also ask him the reason why we can't hold our Congress.
GPRT is not his father's property and it's not his personal property. He should not come and hijack GPRT. So his mandate is over. If he refuses, then we, all the branches, we will not pay our dues to the region.
GPRTU is the largest organization in the whole wide Ghana. If GPRTU have been hijacked by the president and the transport ministry, what will happen to we, the young ones, or the concerned association, the true drivers, the Ghana Committed, Protua, Tiger, and Co? What will happen to us?
According to the regional chairman of the union across the 16 regions of the country, several efforts made towards drawing the attention of the union to the anomaly has proved futile. Ibrahim Bawa, the Northern Regional Chairman of the union, outlined some critical issues that led to the call for the dissolution of the national leadership.
The disregard for NEC directives. If you all can remember, as NEC members, there was a court case involving Priceline and GPRTU versus the Alban Bank. The national chairman, Lokko, dissolved a committee that was set up by the NEC to investigate the case of 40 missing buses, resulting into the garnishing of the union's account from 2018 up to date.
Joshua Ansa, the Deputy Secretary General of the Trades Union Congress, which is the umbrella body under which various unions fall, promised to ensure that the issues are addressed.
In this time of crisis, we are there to ensure that no union is mounted by crisis, because crisis brings a kind of disunity, and disunity you cannot do anything. GPRTU is a very well-recognized organization, and look at their numbers. So if you don't guide them and they plunge into any problem, the country will suffer. So as TUC, you will ensure that things are done and done right for the peaceful existence of the TUC and the GPRTU.
Now, the Bole-Bamboi constituency in the Savannah region is a place to watch in this year's elections as the hometown of former President and NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama. Citi Newsroom's Amadu travels to the constituency to gauge the mood of residents ahead of the December polls.
The Bole-Bamboi constituency in the Savannah region has been a safe seat for the NDC since 1992. Some of the notable names of the constituency are 4 times MPP parliamentary candidate Alhaji Suleiman Achanso, 2008 MPP parliamentary candidate Otiko Afisa Jaba, the incumbent MP Suleimana Yusuf, and former President John Dramani Mahama. Though the NDC has won in all elections since 1992 with over 4,000 vote difference, the MPP has recorded an appreciable increase in its votes from about 2,000 votes during Kofo's era to about 7,000 in 2016. As former President John Dramani Mahama, a former MP for the constituency, returns on the ticket of the NDC for election 2020, inhabitants of his hometown, Bole, are divided in opinion over his chances. While some celebrate him for massive infrastructure development, others say he performed abysmally. For Alhaji Idi and his colleagues, the numerous social intervention programs by the MPP government, such as free senior high school, 1 village, 1 dam, 1 district, 1 warehouse, and other community-specific developmental projects, places President Akufo-Addo above the NDC's John Dramani Mahama. They say they will not just vote for him simply because he is a native of Bole.
2016, me was station, na basi bi fira kra besia. no mo bedroom so. Omu si ya na omu si a me chia me. Wose Jomba Makurum ni na me say. Wose ai. Wose o wanimu ana eni na me say anu anu. Because I want to kura hu say hwe anye ha. Ye de ye hu. Ha. Ye hu na de wo ye ha. Man na voted Akufo-Addo. Me beto abana Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo bae no. Free school no. Aboa me. Natco. Aboa me. Me nua no me manu bi wo ho. Santi na me pese. Me sa to abano man. Wa bembre. Dampo no. Me no ye no ko ha ye be kire m bebre.
The Gonjas, we are in Bole here. We've been fighting for a region for a long time. Even when our own father, our own brother was the president, we followed up and followed up to now. We didn't see anything. But thank God, this president called Nana Adudanko Akufo-Addo. He first of all, the first thing he did for us as Gonjas was the region. And I don't think there will be any other decision that anybody can do to be more than the region. Because all the developmental projects we are looking for now is under the region. So far, when we had the region, they are building the regional agric office in Bole here. We heard that they are coming to do a military barracks here as well. A place called Jama. There's a market the same government has been able to do for the people of Bole-Bamboi here. Going to Mankuma, there's the same market there. When you go to, what is the name, Mandare, there's a market there. All the villages surrounding Bole here, none of those villages was having network. But due to the effort of this Nana Adudanko administration, along with only a few of them, that is not having network now.
Some residents, however, challenge these assertions by also listing some developmental projects initiated by John Dramani Mahama and why his comeback will pay off.
The town roads were started by the previous government, but when this government came on power, they stopped all the projects that the previous government started. Yeah, the town road have a road like passing through hospital, Jakala through the hospital, then Mandar Chache roads, even town roads, the areas in town, all the roads were suspended since this government came into power. We have a nursing training college in this town, sponsored by the formal administration. We have street lights, sponsored by what? The formal administration. There are so many achievements. A school, Bole Secondary School, they started a dining hall project, a very big one. But when this government came to power, all those projects were abandoned.
The ex-president and our MP, they drilled a lot of boreholes in the communities in Bole district. And it's like I was one of the drilling team member. I went around all the various communities and we drilled 78 boreholes. And later they were all installed. And then I saw that they have done a very good thing for the communities.
But there are also those who have no interest in voting for any of the presidential candidates.
I had 60,000 there. They paid me 10,000. Later when they came and did, they came and asked us to go and fill form for agreement, settlement. So they gave me another 10,000, leaving 40,000. In February 20th, he promised that he's coming to settle all in full. And recently when they came, do you know what they are doing? They are paying those who have not even received some of the money. The full settlement, they say this agreement we have made, so they are not giving you. So how do you deceive me? When you knew the other government couldn't have done the settlement, don't use it to campaign. We are human beings. We understand each other. That is a bad investment. So you don't deceive the populace that you are coming to pay, and you don't pay. Go to Gold Coast. If I show you Gold Coast, my money that is lying down, master, you run away. Why? What kind of country are we living in? So you know what you can do? You sell them the reality. You don't go. I mean, if he pays before maybe December, I'll ask myself, is it a prudent time for them to pay me? Is it that they were not having money? Why is that they are paying me now? So had it been because of election, maybe they wouldn't have paid me. Are you okay? So by then I'll make a decision, either to vote for them or not, to vote them out. But as it stands now, for now, I'll tell you that I've made my mind not to vote.
Meanwhile, the MPP's 2020 parliamentary candidate, David Seydema, is optimistic he will snatch the seat from the NDC's Yusuf Suleimana, the incumbent MP.
It's interesting. You see, if you look at the gap and you are to judge the election we are going to have, our election is not always cumulative. Where you will tell me maybe with the gap, the sitting MP is going to be building on whatever that he has gotten. It's not like that. We are going to start at fresh. If they are counting, they'll count one for him and count one for me. So it's not a matter of maybe looking at the gap. Who voted for him to get the gap? It's not the electors. So it depends on me to work harder in order to get the electors convinced to vote for me. So with the gap, it's not scaring me. I have been able to study a lot about the constituency. I know everything about the constituency, and I know what and what to put in place to be able to win this election. That is what I'm telling you with confidence, that this election, I, David Seydema, have not come to try. No, I have come to what? To win.
The communications officer for NDC in the constituency, Dramani Bashiru, thinks otherwise.
Honorable Yusuf Suleimana Ore is one of the MPs you can, but the teacher training college started under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, which is currently abandoned. Yes, so you can speak of that in Konjugma. It's currently there. If you go to Mandare, you have the library which he supported in making sure that the library became a reality. And as we speak, if you go there, they can point out to you that this is our library, that the MP of Bole-Bamboi supported in building the library. So, and if you look at issues of this, even this COVID-19, our MP have donated a lot of Veronica buckets, sanitizers. Over 2,000 sanitizers have been donated to, given out to people. David must not be a threat. Just that we don't underrate David, because as for elections, you don't underrate even the loosest person you can ever think of. You don't underrate, but the works of our MP will speak for him the day.
You've heard some residents of Bole on why they are for or against the return of former President John Dramani Mahama. But December 7th will be the final decider. For Citi News, I am Anas Seidu reporting.
Stay with politics, because the question of retaining MPs with institutional knowledge and finding the right blend with new vibrant members has lingered on the minds of many political watchers in the country. Now, as part of a series of reports on long-serving members of the House, Citi News will review the tenure of MPs considered as senior members of the House. Now, the first report focuses on the longest-serving member of Parliament, who has been part of all 7 parliaments under the Fourth Republic. There's more in this report.
In parliamentary parlance, the father of the House is the longest-serving member. In the UK House of Commons, the member with that title is Conservative MP for Worthing West, Sir Peter Bottomley, who has served constituents since 1975. In the US House of Representatives, the longest continuously serving member is referred to as the Dean. The current Dean is the Republican Party representative for Alaska's at-large congressional district, Don Young. He has served in the House since 1973. In the Ghanaian context, under the Fourth Republican dispensation, Second Deputy Speaker Alban Bagbin is the father of the House. Currently, Alban Bagbin is MP for Nadoli Kalio. He has served in the House since 1993. In the 2016 election, Alban Bagbin garnered 14,400 votes, representing 48.92% of the total valid votes cast, as against the 9,154 votes, representing 31.88% of the valid votes cast for the NPP candidate Elvis Bota. Throughout the 27 life-year span of the Fourth Republican Parliament, Alban Bagbin has been the minority leader, majority leader, and currently the second deputy speaker. Regarding his impact over the years, Alban Bagbin speaks of the mentorship he offered to the candidates of the NPP and
Minister of Justice as a good friend, junior, I must say, because he was my ranking member from 1997 to 2000 when I was chairing the Committee on Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs. So we had a number of engagements and we traveled a number of times together, particularly to the World Conference on Corruption. And so we knew each other. So I moved to him to congratulate him, but to advise him that if he had a choice, he could rather opt for foreign affairs than justice. And then he was taken aback. He said, why? Every lawyer is looking forward to be the Attorney General of the country, because that's the topmost post for the legal profession. I have got it, and you are saying I should go to foreign affairs? No. I said, well, it's just a piece of advice. I was in sixth form. He was a year behind, but he was in a different school, Ghana Secondary School. I was in Tamale Secondary School with his senior brother, Alfred Mahama. We are classmates. So I've known the family for quite a long time. When he joined us in Legon, I knew him. Even when he wanted to come to Parliament, he had to consult me before he came into Parliament.
And there are rumors that
Parliament,
you were the one who touted him when the NDC was looking for a young person to become president.
Yeah, I did a lot of work. He knows that because I did them in consultation with him. I did a lot of work for him.
Alban Bagbin does not shy away from controversy. His recent outburst on the need for shock therapy to be utilized in the fight against COVID-19 is one such incident.
I want to see on TV some evidence of death admissions, because when you state that this number of people are dead, but they have not seen anything like that, because I'm giving you a feedback. It's not from me. I'm giving you a feedback. And as leaders and government, what we do here is to give you a feedback. So you don't need to be emotional. You don't need to, like somebody is not believing you and that kind of thing. It's just a feedback I'm giving.
The Right to Information Act, the Presidential Transition Act, among others, bear the imprint of his work in the House. In the 2020 election, he will not be on the ballot for the National Democratic Congress, following his decision to bow out of the House. The task of retaining the seat for the NDC will be the preserve of Anthony Suma.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom. When we come back, we'll take you on a tour with the candidates of the two biggest parties, the NPP as well as the NDC. We're telling you what they've been up to.
We have that for you here. Don't go away.
Rigworld Solutions, forging the frameworks of Ghanaian industry. Engineering solutions from the heart of Takrady, Kejebil. At Rigworld Solutions, we manufacture industrial bolts and nuts, fasteners, hoses and fittings for the extractive and petrochemical industries. World-class products with local expertise. Locate our factory in Kejebil of the Takrady Takwa Road. Call 0302-949917 or 0540-107504. Email enquiries at rigworldsolutions.com. Rigworld Solutions, crafted in Ghana, engineered for the world.
Tune in to The Point of View this and every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. as I, Bernard Avle, get the right guests, ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
Significantly, and we will do 250 million Ghana cedis. We built up the stabilization fund, and the bulk of the 250 million US dollars, same figures, 250 million cedis, 250 million dollars, I can say was significantly what we put in with one oil field. So there was a lack of preparation. The sinking fund, we use the sinking fund because you prepare for the things that affect the economy.
So when I remember I got the concussion, he took one of them. He told me that, well, if you take this, I am sure that you will get some running stomach. But if you do get that running stomach, it's part of the efficacy of the medication. And for me, it was telling that indeed this man knew that he was selling very quack medicine to people.
That in fact, the rate of increase of people on the voter regional roll is actually declining. The relative rate of increase.
Yes, yes.
So on what basis can you make an argument that there's some grand plot cooked somewhere in Lomé to bring you Togolese to come and destabilize Ghanaian politics by somehow distorting outcomes? That cannot be true.
I mean, the fact that you have comatose banks owned by Ghanaians does not serve you any good, where people's monies were in jeopardy. But what we did in our intervention was not only to then increase the capital so that we had stronger banks, we also created gaps.
Remember, The Point of View is live every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Citi TV.
The Point of View is powered by Airtel Tigo. Have you heard that Airtel Tigo calls from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. and Airtel Tigo money transfers are now free on new SIMs? Now you know. Airtel Tigo. Life is simple. And Lydia Contraceptive. With Lydia, you truly decide.
You're welcome back. Now, the presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, John Dramani Mahama, has assured that his government, if elected, will offer tax reliefs to small and medium enterprises to enable them recover from the losses suffered from COVID-19. The former president says the intervention will boost the production capacity of companies, leading to the creation of jobs for Ghanaians. At a campaign interaction with the leadership of organized labor and professional groups at the Ho Technical University, he said that tax reliefs will cushion the private sector against the harsh economic conditions instigated by the current government.
Beginning in 2021 and into the medium term, the NDC government will offer several tax reliefs to the private sector, especially the small and medium enterprises, to enable them recover and get back to their full operating capacities. We will ensure that these firms leverage on these tax reliefs to expand the scope of their production and thereby employ more Ghanaian youth. Within the first 3 months of 2021, by the will of Mauli Shobolisa, by the grace of the Almighty God, I will lay several bills before Parliament that will seek to grant tax reliefs to small and medium enterprises. Ahead of our manifesto launch, let me lay out some of the incentives we'll be giving the business sector aimed at helping them consolidate and also provide more job opportunities. Effective 2021, small businesses will be exempted completely from corporate income tax. And that means all our small corner businesses, shops and others will be exempted from paying corporate income tax. Corporate income tax for medium-sized companies will be reduced from the current 25% to 15%.
Now, President Nana Akufo-Addo has commended Zoomlion for its contribution to Ghana's waste management effort over the years. Now, the president gave the commendation when he cut short for the construction of Zoomlion Ghana's €60 million solid and liquid waste treatment plant in Ifia Kwantsamintsin municipality. Nana Akufo-Addo said the plant, which can process 400 tons of solid waste and 1,000 cubic meters of liquid waste daily, will solve a critical social infrastructural need.
It is good to see government partnering an important Ghanaian enterprise like JustFund to provide such critical infrastructure. Public-private infrastructure provision will be increasingly a prominent feature of infrastructural delivery by government. It is expected that the plant will receive, sort and process 400 tons of solid waste and treat some 100,000 cubic meters of wastewater, which will in turn serve up to 2 million people in the municipality and the Western region. Ministers, Nananom, ladies and gentlemen, the construction of this plant is in line with government's policy to create the enabling environment for the private sector to partner government to bridge the infrastructure gap in sanitation.
Now, the coalition of independent presidential aspirants, CIPA, says it will win the 2020 presidential election with a margin of 60% come December 7. The group is an amalgamation of all independent presidential candidates to form a formidable force coming into the upcoming elections. The group will now be led by Kofi Krantin. Speaking at a press conference organized to outdoor the leader of the coalition, Chairman of CIPA, Samuel Ofori Ampofo, revealed that Kofi Gan had rejected the vice presidential candidate position, thus the announcement of a running mate would be made public in the coming days.
Today, in the last registration exercise, we have added 1.8 million to the 15 original million. And so there are 6-7 million people, Ghanaian qualified voters, sitting somewhere who have not been voting, and they are there for grabs. Now, if you ask about percentage, I would say 55-56%. And numerical strength, 7 million are out there, and so we are going to grab all the 7 million plus those MPP and NDC members that are disgruntled and do not know where to give their votes to. The disgruntled NDC voter will not want to vote for NPP. Disgruntled MPP voter will not want to vote for NDC. They are there.
You are winning the elections by 56%.
Yes, more than that, 60%. The running mate slot right now, we are unveiling this man right now. And we're going to organize a mammoth press conference and introduce him to the whole country. After that, then we can talk about the vice running mate.
Let's still stay with politics and go to the NPP, because they say they will leave no stone unturned in the quest to completely conquer the Greater Accra region in the 2020 general elections. The party inaugurated a campaign committee for the national capital, which they believe will deliver victory for them. Citi News' Nashika Caesar has more.
We have won to free Ghana. We have won to save Ghana.
At the induction ceremony for the Greater Accra Region NPP campaign team, Director of Operations at the Jubilee House, Lord Comey, admonished the members to be efficient and strategic in their operations to ensure the NPP retains power.
And that is why we are talking about retail campaign. Every voter, one-on-one, house to house, room to room, minus the bed. So that in very simple but in very spiritual and biblical terms, that we are giving ourselves from today as we live here. The gospel of the NPP, the gospel of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, to every creature, every voter, everywhere.
The Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the NPP, Divine Oat, stressed the importance of the party winning the Greater Accra region to enhance their chances of winning the general elections.
This year's electoral roll, after the voter registration exercise, puts Greater Accra in the critical space to almost determine the outcome of elections 2020 more than ever before. With a voter population of over 3.5 million, being about 21% of the national vote share, the urge to deliver this region, therefore, cannot be overemphasized. And we expect each and every member of this committee to avail himself or herself for the specific job yet to be assigned.
A deputy national campaign manager of the NPP, Lord Oblite-Kome, also disclosed that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the party will deploy, among other strategies, the use of social media to get its message across to the electorate.
In COVID times, the social media plays a key role, and most of our campaign is going to be run through that medium.
He further elaborated on some of their campaign strategies for the Greater Accra region.
Don't worry if you don't like what I'm saying, but I'm saying that we have an election to win, we have power to retain. All members of parliament who couldn't make it in the last primaries are automatic members of your constituency campaign teams.
I do also swear that I will not directly communicate.
Now, residents of Isikoma Avenue in the Adenta municipality are divided over the proposed installation of double-circuit tar lines in the area. A meeting between officials of the Electricity Company of Ghana and the residents aimed at arriving at a consensus ended inconclusively. Citi Newsroom's Ansheli Ziu has more.
These residents were up in arms with the Adenta Municipal Assembly and the Electricity Company of Ghana over the proposed installation of double-circuit tar lines within the area.
It's health hazard and we do not want it. All we're asking them to do is to just bury it underground. That way we'll feel safe.
Children will be having convulsion when you are pregnant and you go to hospital. They will tell you the baby is this, the baby is that. They know it. And if you're an adult, your chances of getting cancer is very slim. And at my age, I'm over 70. All right, and as I speak to you, and do I have to sit down for a high tension radiation to let me get cancer before I react? No, we won't do it. What?
In the Assembly's defense, the lines are to reduce the load on the substation.
This is electricity company doing a job, providing electricity or distributing electricity around the country. And in some instances, we know there are pylons in various areas where they tell us that, okay, then there's a reservation and other things around.
But on Wednesday, a meeting between officials of ECG and the residents to resolve the issue ended in a stalemate as residents were divided on the matter.
We are still not at a consensus because they are talking about profits. We are saying that because they came to see this road or community well constructed and well laid out. We have electricity poles in front of us. So if they should come and mount these high tension tower poles, we don't think it will be fair to us. One, it's dangerous. In case of storm, it can just fall over into our homes and cause disaster.
The issue of radiation has been resolved. They've been able to tell us, give us facts to support their position. And so we are fine with that. The next issue that we had has to do with aesthetics in terms of how it's going to have an impact on the residential properties around here. And we've resolved that. So everyone is clear.
However, ECG insists that their work will not in any way cause harm to the residents.
We have listened to the community. They are not comfortable with certain things. We have repositioned our towers, our power lines, and so we have also visited the field. As you can all see, they have also seen where the tower lines are going to be positioned. And from what I see this afternoon, or from the meeting we have held so far, majority of the residents are very comfortable with the changes that have taken place, and for us, ECG, we are going to continue the work.
You're still watching Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. I am Umaru, Sanda, Amadu.
Vivian, Lokko.
Still ahead on the Citi Newsroom. Residents of Latebiokoshi in Accra decry the inconsistent supply of water into their homes over the past few weeks.
Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Close-up deep action with antibacterial mouthwash formula and deep cleaning gel. Close-up deep action. Enjoy long-lasting fresh breaths.
Whoa. What's going on, baby?
Have you heard of Wheel of Fortune?
No, what's that?
Register on betplanet.com.gh. Select Wheel of Fortune and win a prize.
What? Wait, I'm just gonna win a prize because I'm new?
Yes, but to win a prize, you only deposit 10 Ghana Cedi.
Before I win, I have to pay?
Really? So you're comparing 10 Ghana Cedi to an iPhone, an iPad, 25,000 Ghana Cedi? Eh? Okay, then spin. Yes! We are rich! We are rich!
Residents of Latebiokoshi in Accra have decried the inconsistent supply of water into their community. According to the residents, they have been denied water for more than 3 weeks, forcing them to rely on water drilled from boreholes. The residents say the lack of water supply is affecting major aspects of their lives, including their businesses. Citi News' Beverly in London has more in the following report.
Since June, government has supplied Guineans with free water and electricity as part of efforts to cushion the effects of the coronavirus pandemic. But residents of Latebiokoshi say they have not benefited from the intervention. They say though they are not benefiting from the free water, they expect the constant flow of water in their homes.
January. So say that week in the plan, so piping bar, offer at the Okobun so cla, onya, no abba, offer the Okobun so planya. Yes, right. I didn't put in wire area more. I see a power piping, no motion my.
In so around in the air, it's you. It's a little call down on Mukobu, like Polytank be or more the bull ashim, and only a boo, and you're like you share the washing coffee.
More than 3 months, so new. I'm going to say free and tune free. In so new, say, in so way in a bank, so on cafes, beginning to Uncle Yaduma, then. So bulla, ever form. On one cast, on the year, Duani, this is only part of pure that create and son of betting near Duani because of in so new. And person are buying on more than all my so because in so their life. Water is life.
For some, though water does not run consistently in the area, they are billed each month in an unusual manner.
First one was free pipe, but the bill buy. Fine, but bill in the Omudi bad Nansu Sonimba. roughly 1.5 months. Yansu, Ayakobu, Yabubula. Our park no honor.
Come on, Onamita, you know, Amale Sonke, Atama, Nonabama, I can 8 million, not free. Ah, come on. When I don't sister, you, let's say 400 neighbor fee 9. I've been angry. Nipo, secret in Troy, impact, then Baranas can I pay. You are quaking. I can bear certificate and I can buy police. Bring your mother. Remember, at the camp, 2020, we go change it.
We know you did at least what I say. Muba Muslim so free me, at least I was more consider Abduan Rapo. But the price I'm with the Abba. Those are also move in so free, in so emma.
Calls for constant water supply in Latebiokoshi were given a stronger backing as residents suffered an unfortunate fire outbreak. The fire destroyed shops and homes of some residents at Town Council Line, a suburb of Latebiokoshi, at 1:20 a.m. today. Though no life was lost, the residents were pained over the property destroyed.
And from 110 to 120 on Mukono, until me sound boat because I mean we say we are a police for the matches and robbers and I'm well changing gunshot. Intimities I didn't bo. It me be people and me report myself I me pay. Until and I me be me catching no. Until be catching na me share and say a hanum and a jato.
Me pia mami bida me contain animu enyame na me ba kan contain ani nyina mami ne beshi ntimi na mbe frame mami ne mbe frame friend no odwane pia onu so dwane pia no on fa hwe ni 90 o shek die no ano di pia on fa hwe na ma nyina ni goods ni nyina shi yeah food item this thing cooking items ni nyina shi.
The residents attributed the extent of the damage to the lack of water to help douse the fire.
Baby, she want to start you. You're so crap on Pendum. So I did a critics here. What I say, and the same uncle Manka, yet the fine. Why don't say we are so free? Fine, and yes, with a man for and the inflow my simple. That's a man, no.
Where the area is, there's no tap there, there's no pipe there, like they would have even helped, but there's no tap. Some people were from Zungo, some people were from, they were bringing water. So that's why that place bends like that.
Meanwhile, following government's announcement that Ghanaians will enjoy free water supply again for the next 3 months, business operators and other residents of the Ashanti region say they have not been enjoying regular flow of water, which has affected them badly within the period.
According to them, they had regular water supply when they used to pay for water until government made it free. Other residents who live in places that do not have access to water from the Ghana Water Company Limited are also pleading with government to put measures in place to make sure water pipes are extended to their communities to benefit them from the free water.
Some business operators in Kumasi have complained about the irregular flow of water, which is affecting their businesses. According to Emmanuel Ampofu, who runs a family food joint with his sister, prior to the free water supply, their taps used to flow frequently, but the situation has changed with the announcement of free water. They are therefore appealing to authorities to address the problem.
Here is a food joint, but at times the water doesn't come in the morning. But it comes maybe in the afternoon. Your voice. Because of that, sometimes you have to go and fetch water from other places. What you are challenging now is that the water is not coming frequently. At first, it was coming free, the water is not coming. So what we need the government to help us so that the water can come frequently, so that it won't delay us when we are working. Besides, it is affecting us a lot because it delays us because in the morning we have to go to another place and fetch water. This is really affecting us.
However, some residents who spoke to Citi News have indicated that they have been enjoying regular flow of water from the Ghana Water Company for months now, According to them, this free flow has helped them in this COVID-19 period, where there is the need to wash hands frequently.
It has made observing the protocol very easy because water is available. So you don't need to go and struggle for water. Water is already available. So all you need is your soap and your hand to wash.
Now, with the way it flows, it helped me a lot because at times when we pay for it now, when I get home, it's just like it will be, it comes out, then it goes off, it goes like on and off. But for now, it's perfect. Everything is perfect for me.
A resident, Aliana, is however hoping that government can put measures in place to ensure that Ghana Water Company Limited pipelines are extended to their communities so they can also enjoy the free water.
If they can extend their lines to our place, I will be happy about it. So we are pleading on their behalf to come and help us, those who are at Odium and Fumesa area. So we need Ghana Water.
Well, that's it for today's edition of the Citi Newsroom. Log on to our website, citinewsroom.com, for more stories.
Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video contents from Citi TV.
Download the Citi Newsroom app from the Google Play Store and keep updated on the go.
You can also watch Citi TV on DSTV channel 363 and GoTV channel 182.
My name is Vivian Lokko.
Mine is Umaru Sanda Amadu. Thank you for watching.
This is the beating heart of an African ready for what is next. And this is the sound of a Ghanaian drum setting the pace. Together, it creates a seamless rhythm of